going to show you a few things about using your bands at home and how to set them up around the house. First and foremost is make sure you're doing this safely. Make sure if you are attaching to anything, it can bear the load, and that if you're using stronger bands, to really make sure that it's not going to ping off, it's not going to hurt you. So there's quite a few different ways that I can attach these bands to things, and I'll also show you some ways that you can just use your own body. So the first one is I quite like using handles, so we can use window handles or door handles. So as I just said, make sure that they are firm, and if you can, make sure they're locked. So for instance, attaching it around here, that's okay, but usually I double it up to really make sure it's on tight, and then we can go into, say, for instance, some face pulls, something like that. If the height isn't right, remember you can always lower your body. So for instance, if I wanted to do them from an upward angle, go into a kneeling position. So as I said, we can use handles, window handles, door handles, but again, make sure it's closed, it's safe. Doors themselves, we can use the edge to then do some things. So say for instance we wanted to do some tricep extensions, we can do that. Or we could lower ourselves again, work on a lat pull down. As this isn't secure though, be careful, because over time it will slip and come off. Make sure you're keeping tension on it throughout the exercise so that it doesn't slip. We can also attach it to the bottom of chairs, doing things. Again, double it up if you can, but depending on the strength of the band, we might find that something moves unless you weigh it down. Lastly, we can use Old Faithful ourselves to pin it down for certain things. So for instance, for an overhead press, I can simply stand on it. But usually when we're doing banded exercises, we want tension on the band the whole time. So for instance, something like a band resisted split squat, I would have to double it up to keep tension on the whole time. If you're a taller person, then you might get away with just standing over the band. But sometimes reduce the length of it, and then you can get it into the right position. That's using bands at home.